Pim, can we watch something else?
It's about to get really good. It's about to get really good.
As some of you know, I really like their show Gumball.
The joystick is a metaphor for penis.
Alright, we don't have to go through the whole meme again, you guys know the joke. And I also like shows that are produced by YouTubers like Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel. But Smiling Friends is basically if Gumball was produced by people from Newgrounds. Just like Gumball, it has a mixture of all the animation styles, like 3D animation, hand-drawn animation, flash animation, stop-motion clay animation, and even some live-action stuff thrown in there for good flavor. Smiling Friends was animated by Michael Cusack and psychicpebbles. I immediately recognized the yellow guy Charlie was voiced by Pebbles, mostly because I saw that, Oney plays Carl animation. You guys know the one I'm talking about.
Jimmy, Jimmy, go to the Braincel subreddit. It'll really change, but it'll explain why Cindy doesn't love you. It's because you're a sub-8 male.
You're a new male, Jimmy.
You're a new male, Jimmy.
I could also tell that the guy the Smiling Friends were helping out in the pilot episode was voiced by that, Star Wars prequel guy, you know, the one from Red Letter Media. James Rolfe, the angry video game nerd, voices the devil. Harry Partridge voices the 3D Squilton guy. Guilford Godfrey is also in it, but I'm not saying which character he voices, but you'll know it when you hear it. I recognize the shrimp guy's voice was the guy who did those Salad Fingers animations.
Yes, I called It Is I Shrimp. That is my name.
And they even got the Burger King foot lettuce guy to voice his famous line.
Number 15. Could I get the number 15?
And no, that character was not voiced by me. But enough about the voice actors. What's the premise of the show? Well, the premise is that these two characters, a purple guy and a yellow guy, have a job to make people smile. But the premise really takes a backseat. Season 1 only has 8 episodes, and 2 of the episodes have nothing to do with making someone smile. The Halloween episode has nothing to do with making someone smile, and there's another episode which is nothing but a murder mystery. Speaking of the Halloween episode, if you saw it by itself, you would probably think these two girls are main characters, but they're not. They just show up for this episode and never again. Just like women I know in real life. Yeah, that's the main criticism I have for the show. You think certain characters are gonna show up a lot, but they don't. Like in the pilot episode, they give an entire B-plot to this character named Alan. I thought he was going to have his own B-plot in every episode, and you could easily see in every episode after the pilot that they, could have given him his own B-plot and easily fit it in. But they don't for some reason.
I just wanted my cheese.
Maybe they just didn't have the budget for it, or couldn't find a good enough way for it to fit into the main plot. Funny enough, I saw the pilot for this show a few months ago and I thought, oh, that seems pretty good. Maybe I'll check out the entire series when I have some free time on my hands. And I was sitting down thinking about what to watch and suddenly I saw a clip of this show pop up on my feed. And then I remembered, oh yeah, this show exists. I'm gonna look up where I can find the rest of the episodes. So I decided to binge watch them and I thought, that's it? It's a real shame this show got cancelled so soon. But then I looked up when the show came out, and it turns out it came out 2 days right before I binge watched it. Talk about lucky timing! But unlike my Hell of a Boss or Has Been Hotel reviews, I'm just gonna review all the episodes at once since they're, all out already. The pilot episode was great, it showed us what we should expect from the show, all except for Alan. I thought there was gonna be a lot more of him. There's not really as many B-plots in this show as you might think there is from the pilot episode. Mike Salaska from Red Letter Media voices the first guy they're trying to help out, and he has a gun to his head, and there was an article written about how Smiling Friends was making a joke about sewer slide. This is exactly why people hate mainstream news. Also, the creator of Newgrounds voices one of the characters in this episode, which is pretty based, I guess. Episode 2 is probably my favorite episode, starring Pepe the Frog, I mean Mr. Frog. This episode starts by tackling cancel culture, which all starts for Mr. Frog when he puts a TMZ reporter in his mouth. What's the problem? I fucking hate TMZ. Showing how when someone gets canceled, a lot of their efforts only make things worse for them.
Probably working with all those filthy
That was really bad.
And the best way to survive cancel culture is just to ignore it for a little bit and come back because people will love you if you do something funny. At least that's what I got from the episode. What were your thoughts? Also, after I rewatched this episode, I realized it established some continuity with this little goblin from the fantasy forest trying out for the part of Mr. Frog.
Hello, I'm Mr. Frog.
Hey,
which is going to be where a future episode takes place. Episode 3 is about the smiling friends trying to help out this nerdy shrimp. He's really weak, spends all day at the computer screen, and really can't stand bright lights.
Let's start by getting some sunlight in here.
So it's basically, he's the average Just a Robot fan. They also have the Burger King foot lettuce guy in this episode saying his very iconic line, and no, he is not voiced by me. Stop saying that I sound like him. This episode also had my favorite joke in it.
How do I look, yellow man?
You look like you're about to tell your friend not to come to school tomorrow, man.
But personally, the ending joke was something I could see coming from a mile away. I don't know, what did you guys think? Episode 4 is the Halloween episode, and it's almost entirely focused on Pip. So that's why it's my least favorite episode. There's also these 2 girls in it who never show up again for the rest of the season. Maybe they'll show up later in the series, but the whole time I was just thinking, who the hell are they? Episode 5 is a murder mystery taking place in a fast food restaurant. I can't really talk about this episode without giving away the jokes or the plot, so just go check it out.
You like to have fun too?
I mean, you're asking about me. I mean, I like fun, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
I already said yes.
Episode 6 takes place in the Enchanted Forest. Remember how I said in episode 2 they established some continuity? Well, this episode makes a callback to episode 2, which is why it's my second favorite episode.
Oh, dude, that was not even fantasy. That's just an alien.
They make a few pretty good RPG jokes, but they don't linger on them for too long. And they also have a character who looks exactly like Bilbo from the Rankin Bass Hobbit movie. Now, the ending joke for this episode is just amazing, and I certainly did not see it coming. You really gotta go check it out for yourself. Episode 7 introduces the Frowning Friends, who you think are going to be the arch rivals for the Smiling Friends throughout the entire series, but they're not for reasons that I won't spoil. Also, Harry Partridge voices an episode in this character. I won't spoil which one, but he does. Episode 8 almost entirely focuses on the yellow guy Charlie, which is why it's my second least favorite episode. Like, normally when you have a standalone episode about a character, it gives them good character development, but these characters are not really developing. They're pretty stagnant, and they work very well off of each other.
Charlie, what does it mean? Charlie, you with my everything. World's up, man.
However, this episode is still funny nonetheless, and the angry video game nerd voices the devil. Guilford Godfrey also voices a character in this episode, but I won't spoil which one. You really just gotta go and see it. Smiling Friends was a really good series that put a smile on my face. It's pretty amazing how far this animator has come from making arrow in the knee jokes. The show did indeed make me happy. For a little bit. And then it ended. Like all good things do. Are the best parts of life just finding momentary distractions to keep yourself busy, so you don't think about the harsh realities of life for a second? I could make a few YouTube videos that will go viral, be able to talk with some of my favorite YouTubers of all time, and get all the subs in the world. But it doesn't change the fact that one day the sun will explode, and all my hard work will have been for nothing.
Oh, hello.